Hey guys, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. So this is going to be the weekly messages and astrology for this upcoming week. Well, for this week, not upcoming. We're in it from March 31st to April 6th. I don't know what's up with the lighting. I don't know why it looks so dark. It doesn't normally look this dark with the same lighting that I usually have. So we're just gonna run with it. Also, don't mind that. We're just casually in it today. Hi, hey guys. I expect it's going to take a bit for people to find the live just because the way the algorithm works. And also, like, I told you guys I was taking a little bit of break from doing lives, and I'm just trying to be in the easiest flow possible. This last week, I was really worn out, and I think a lot of people were, honestly, and I just doing these pre-recorded and like posting them takes a lot more time than just doing it live. So it's just a weird like pros and cons of where I'm at in the moment. And so did not expect to see you live. Hi. I know. I was just like, this is how it's going to go because I definitely needed the last few days to myself with also like the new moon Aries eclipse as well that we have all been experiencing. So that being said, I hope you guys are doing great today. We're just rolling. We're rolling. Needed this hangout, had surgery on Friday. Oh my God. And now in rest mode, seeking comfort. Oh, I hope you're feeling okay. Surgery's never fun. It's never fun. I've only had it once, and I really hope to not like have it again before I'm like in my golden years. But yeah, I hope you're doing okay in your recovery. Happy to see our fam. Hi, beautiful souls. Hi everybody. So many patrons are in here. Hey, Alejandra, Catherine. Hi. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with like a quick little overview of just to give you a little like taste, so to speak, as far as like what I'm feeling for this week after also looking at the astrology. But also, I took a lot of extra time this morning to sit with spirit, which that's something that I think I do want to do more of, just like with the channel anyway, of just like after I sit with spirit, just kind of like tell you guys what's going on, even just on that level alone, and then just kind of keep it there. But I'm going to include it in this weekly here. Okay. Let's see. 222. Perfect. Love all the angel numbers. This is such a sweet treat. I get to hang out with my people on here and just relax. Yeah, it's like those are the vibes today for sure. Now, we still have like a really strong Piscean conjunction, but it has shifted as far as who the players are. And I will get into that in the astrology portion. But bringing the focus back to today, this present moment, Neptune is freshly in Aries in Tropic Western astrology. We had the partial solar eclipse in Aries. We are now feeling this Mercury Venus retrograde in Pisces now after being in Aries for a little bit. And we're slowly making our way to the full moon Libra mid April, which by that point, the retrograde phases will be over. And I just want to reassure everybody that, like, if any of you have been feeling really heavy in any of this energy, and not everyone has, but some people have, it is going to get lighter. The energy mid-April feels really, really light to me, and I've been mentioning that here and there, but I just want to reassure you for those who haven't like heard that or heard me say that or caught any of my videos where I've said that. Um, Something that was coming through very strongly with the energy of this week and also just sitting with spirit was the word forgiveness. And I was like, I like that. I like that. I think that's something we can all receive right now. And also wisdom over wounding. So that was interesting phrase. We've had so much of that belly of the beast energy. And again, not everyone's been like feeling the pressure of it or the intensity of it. But I feel like for those who have that belly of the beast energy, Mars and Cancer square Chiron and Aries, has been taking us to very intense emotions within ourselves, whether we have dealt with them before or not, very primal places within ourselves, right? That can even pertain to like anger and passion and sex and sadness and joy, like all these things. There's this awareness this week of this belly of the beast energy and how it's been showing us when we have reacted from wounding over wisdom. It doesn't mean your reaction was wrong. I also want to make that clear. Our reactions, our reaction, that's primal, that's the animal part of ourselves, and that exists. And I think that that's okay that that's there, right? But speaking to wisdom over wounding, when we react that way, it's because boundaries have been crossed, or we don't feel safe in some way, or we're being harmed in some way. And it is important to react to those things. It's important to speak in in reaction to these things when these situations are happening. That is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But to do that from wisdom over wounding is to recognize that there is how do I want to say? I want to use the right words here. There's a way to do that without what's the word here? It's not causing damage because sometimes damage is needed. As we know, sometimes we do need to be a little destructive. Um, that wisdom energy, it's like there's a little bit more compassion in it. There's a little bit more calm in it, right? Because when we're acting from wisdom over wounding, you are recognizing your own wounding in it, but you're also recognizing the threat. You're also recognizing the danger. You're also recognizing the imbalance or why something is not okay and why it's making you feel not okay, because those feelings are really valid, even if it's just opening a wound versus like, oh, you know what? That is a boundary that is being crossed and I do need to do something. It's like, yes, there's a difference, but neither are necessarily wrong. And I just want to make that clear. But sometimes there could be more added benefit from acting out of woozend. Woozend. I don't know what woozend is. We're like in Winnie the Pooh all of a sudden. It reminded me of like Heffalumps and Woozles. Sorry, coming back. Woozend. uh, sorry, made myself laugh. But when we react from a wounded place, sometimes we do cause unintentional harm, right? That maybe is not in anyone's interest, really, right? And when you're reacting out of that place of wisdom, it's like, yes, maybe sometimes you do need to be destructive, but in a way that is almost controlled. You know what I mean? Controlled with that maturity, controlled with that wisdom. I think you guys understand what I'm getting at here. So this week, you may have some of that clarity come up if it hasn't already come up for you in terms of that wounding, that belly of the beast energy, any anger, any rage, any like intense feelings you've been experiencing. Okay. So there's that. But also like the Piscean massive conjunction as well. Forgiveness is a huge part of that. And I can feel that. There is also this recognition though, as well, in terms of Saturn. And like, I know I'm getting into the astrology. I'm trying not to, but it's just really hard not to. Um, this awareness of healthy habits on all levels, right? Emotional health, physical health, etc., mental health. It's kind of emotional too, but you understand what I'm saying. Um, to take accountability and responsibility with these things, no matter what that looks like for you, right? All in the name of what feels in balance with yourself and what's healthy for you, right? In terms of relationships, your life, your lifestyle, everything, 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 everything. That is the role that Saturn Pisces is playing. If you're open to that, not everyone's open to that. And if there is this resistance, it's probably going to feel kind of heavy. It's probably going to feel a little crunchy. It's probably going to feel a little uncomfortable. It's probably going to feel really emotional. And that's also okay. That's not a bad thing. If you're just there, you're there. Um, but in that same vein of being accountable and responsible to these things, it's also giving us the gift of being open to what's possible. That's why I also label this open to possibilities, because that coupled with the wisdom over wounding, it's like it's this window to really be truly open and receptive to what is available to us and what we also have been trying to like work with in terms of co-creation, right? Because I was getting this meeting spirit halfway, meeting the universe halfway on these things that like all of us have been like putting energy and time and or money and or thoughts or emotions into what we want and what we like. That's just also part of being human. But there's a lot of sextiles right now. There's some Uranus activity right now. There's some beautiful Jupiter Gemini energy right now that is really, really, really opening things up to have this stuff play out, to receive these things, to see that we already have them, to see that we can have them, etc. It's just a major opening that's happening. But we also need to like meet that halfway, right? Just because the door is open doesn't mean much if we're not seeing the doors open, right? And that door is even ourselves, right? Being more open and receptive within ourselves, especially in terms of this like wounded energy we keep talking about. Sometimes that wounded energy, whether it's just primal stuff, triggers, that belly of the beast stuff I would keep talking about, how do I want to say? Sometimes that's also an indication of where we are closed, okay? Of what doors within ourselves are closed and what we are not open to because these things keep getting in the way. That's also where responsibility and accountability comes in. So that is the week that we have playing out. And I think it's really good. I mean, I feel like I can see good in all things. Every time we talk about some of these harder stuff, I'm like, yeah, there's always a silver lining, you know? It's really up to you what you want to do with this energy. I will say there's also a lot of fun to be had this week and a lot of play and just sheer enjoyment. We have a lot of supportive aspects between Gemini and Aries. They love to play. We have a lot of water going on, especially in Pisces. Pisces loves to play, you know? So, not to mention Neptune and Aries, that's also kind of playful. So, yes, play and enjoy as well on top of all of this, but it's all about being open and receptive as well. Creative invention, definitely still on the table. That's been on the table for a bit. It's going to continue to be on the table for a very long time, especially because Pluto is in Aquarius and is now working with Neptune now that Neptune's moved into Aries. They've been working together. Even like the entirety of when Neptune was in Pisces and Pluto was in Capricorn, even when they were in other signs, going back to like, I think it was the 30s when they started moving into in and out of sextiles with each other. Little historical astrology there. But this new cycle of Neptune being sextile with Pluto, again, they've been doing this dance for decades, just in different signs. This is a new experience of that sextile collectively, which is really nice. I'm getting into astrology again. I apologize. I just can't help it. Um, that is very playful. That is very inventive. That is very creative. And that is very inspiring. And so that energy is available to you. The other thing I want to mention in terms of that, and you may have already been experiencing this, especially during this retrograde phase of Mercury and Venus being retrograde, feeling this like pull to like learn new things or like even just pick up skills you've put down and just kind of nurture different skills and nurture different hobbies and nurture different passions. And you may have a push pull with that. Maybe you haven't seen these signs come up for you or these little like doors, these little openings, these little possibilities around for you. Again, this is a week to see that, but also recognize that while we are still in this retrograde phase, just because we're in a retrograde phase doesn't mean don't go for things. Pause and take a minute and ask yourself, is this the time or is this just the time for me to be aware of it and to prepare myself for it? Because that's definitely a huge thing with retrograde phases. If everything in you is saying go and act now, and your intuition, your discernment's like go act now, then go and act now. You know, don't let astrology stop you. But I will say, I will say, retrogrades are a time when we become aware of things, right? We're growing, things are a little bit more difficult. We're seeing certain challenges, and those challenges are showing us things we wouldn't have seen otherwise. Even if you're feeling the inclination to like try things or go in certain directions, this may be the time to just be aware of that, to marinate in that, to allow that to kind of take you to different ideas and even like get certain plans in order, mentally speaking, internally speaking, like a time of preparation, right? And then moving out of the retrograde phase is the time to act. It's just the rule of thumb. I'm not saying do it that way. Use your discernment. You know your life best, you know you best, right? But those little signs, little doors of, hey, try this passion over here. Hey, try nurturing this skill over here. All in the realm of creation or creative energy, and inventiveness, right? All in those realms, very present. Okay. That's the overview. I know I talked a lot about the astrology. It's hard to not talk about the astrology in the overview, you know? But let's talk about the astrology a little bit here. 1340. I'm not liking how dark everything is. It's like I've got so much light in here right now. So I don't know, maybe it's just a weird setting. First day of period here. Me too. Mine actually came early and I knew it was going to. I could tell my body was trying to like align to the eclipse, which it practically did, right? So yeah, you're not alone in that. Okay. Yeah, let's get into the astrology. So you guys know I can get really detailed. I'm going to avoid doing that. I'm trying my best to not get overly detailed when I talk about astrology because I want it to be digestible. Now, the first thing, and I have mentioned this massive conjunction in Pisces, right? We've had a massive conjunction in the sign of Pisces because we've had celestial bodies hanging out in that sign, but moving in and out, right? And Neptune was there for a long time with the North Node. Technically, it's still kind of there, but Neptune is starting to get pretty far away from that Pisces 27 degrees. It's now in Aries 0 degrees, right? So that's going to keep creating space there. But the North Node at Pisces is at 27 degrees and it's hanging out with Saturn in Pisces. And now it's hanging out. Oh, I just got hungry. And now it's hanging out with Mercury and Venus retrograding in Pisces. So we have Mercury, Venus, Saturn, and the North Node all together, all hanging out. It's a lot to be hanging out together, right? Having Venus and Mercury there in Pisces. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Taking Saturn out of the equation before talking about Saturn, because Saturn has a lot of implication here. Okay. Just talking about Venus, Mercury, and the North Node in Pisces, all of that just feels like blossoming to me. It feels like deepening of our awareness of what we feel, deepening our awareness of our relationship, our relationship to pleasure, to fun, to enjoyment, um, and even to creative inspiration and talking about these things and expressing these things, right? And with the North Node being there, there's also this component of what we want our relationship to these things to be in the long term, moving forward, right? For some people, especially in terms of relationships, that could even be about commitment. Saturn does kind of touch on that, but this is also a commitment to just your relationship to these aspects of your life, however it's coming up for you. And obviously Pisces is also very spiritual, very emotional. That may be more highlighted to you depending on what's going on in your life and where Pisces is in your chart. Now the Saturn component. Saturn. Oh, Saturn. Saturn gets tricky here because Saturn being in Pisces, which it's been in for a long time, we've been in these lessons, I want to say for about a year now, actually. That feels right. I would double check that, but that feels about right. Saturn being in Pisces has been teaching us, I want to say really beating us over the head with this lesson, but has been teaching us how to let go, how to have faith, even when things feel really murky and like, and I said murky. I just keep getting murky and cloudy and illusionary, unknown, uncertain, fearful, doubtful, right? Crazy. We're in crazy times. We all know we're in crazy times. Saturn and Pisces has been teaching us relentlessly how to have faith, no matter how much chaos is happening, no matter how much fear and doubt is happening in the world, how to also let go of anything that is impeding your ability to be open to new things, right? Whether that's belief, relationship, situations, just life changes in general. Also has been teaching a lot of lessons in health on all levels because Pisces, also its counterpart Virgo, rules health and illness, right? Also hospitalization and things like that. But I digress. Not important here. That's what Saturn's been teaching us, almost like it has been teaching us how to sit deeper in acceptance, in detachment. It's kind of a finicky word to use here, and also the energy of love, because that is what Pisces is. It's the Eight of Cups, right? In tarot talk, anyway. So when Saturn comes, the role Saturn is playing in Mercury, Venus, and the North Node in Pisces, it's highlighting again our relationship to these things, our relationship to the energy of love, our relationship to our own faith, the value of trust, healing, spiritual studies, creativity, all of these things, right? Even play and pleasure and enjoyment. It's highlighting what is imbalanced or unhealthy about these things in our life. It's going to really show us and put in our faces our personal challenges in all of these realms that we are still feeling challenged by, even things we haven't addressed. This is just the ebb and flow of life. It happens. This is also just what Saturn likes to do. Okay. So, yes, that Piscean, ooey gooey, yummy energy, it's there. But having Saturn kind of at the helm of this conjunction, really in the driver's seat of this conjunction, I'm not going to say it's not ooey gooey, lovey, softy, whatever. I'm not going to say it's not that, but it kind of brings a little bit more of that seriousness and again that personal accountability that I spoke about in the overview of where are you at in terms of your relationship with these things. Do you got addiction still going on? Do you still have doubt and fear? Do you still have trouble trusting yourself? Do you still have trouble forgiving? Do you still have trouble letting go? Are you still closed? Have you learned how to open yet? Have you learned to receive yet? All of that stuff. Have you learned to be present? Or are you still caught up in chaos? Right? So many ways this could manifest for everybody, but that's the role that Saturn is playing. It doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to be hard. If it's really crunchy for you, that might be because there's a lot of resistance that you're having with it. And I say that with love. I really do. I really, really do. Because I feel like all of us have kind of had our own struggles with Saturn being in Pisces this last year. Yeah, I absolutely say that with love. And again, some of you, this may be really easy peasy because maybe you've been doing the work and you've been rising to the occasion, that Saturn has been like, hey, rise to the occasion. Especially if you're going through your Saturn return in Pisces. Even I would even say if you're like early degrees Saturn Aries, you're also probably feeling your own Saturn return energy getting kicked up if it hasn't gotten kicked up already. And it probably should have. Anyway, not important. That's what Saturn is doing. Now, this massive conjunction is trine Mars in Cancer and sextile Uranus in Taurus. I love that Uranus is here in the sextile. And also want to mention here very briefly, April 4th, 4-4, there's some people that would treat that as a portal day. April 4th, we do have Saturn sextile Uranus going exact. That's when it's going to be strongest on 4-4. That's also the quarter moon in Cancer. And so just know too that, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what degrees the quarter moon is happening. That quarter moon might be conjunct Mars in Cancer. Ooh, that'd make it even more interesting. Anyway, sorry, let's come back. Having that sextile to Uranus, that is also part of the, hey, if you're willing to be accountable and responsible in these ways, right? And meet the universe halfway, it's totally going to meet you. It's already there just waiting to meet you with doors opening, fun little surprises, etc. Right? What reading was that? Was that the patron reading? I think that was the patron reading. I did a patron reading last week and I'm being I do one every week. It's part of what I offer on Patreon. They get an extra weekly reading. It's drawing me back to that reading. For my patrons watching, it's drawing me back to that, the moving beyond the door. That's what I'm looking at here. This feels like, yeah, actually getting on the other side of that door. For who it applies, we always have windows of opportunity collectively. Everyone's just in a different spot of seeing these opportunities and possibilities, right? But that massive conjunction in Pisces working in that trine with Mars Cancer, that's working beautifully with acting from the heart, acting from the soul, right? But to be able to do that, you have to be able to hear yourself. You have to be able to sit within yourself, right? And that's also what Pisces has been teaching us to do. The sextile to Uranus, that to me feels like surprises, like pleasant surprises and changes. And sextiles are all about opportunities and doors opening. So again, if you're willing to get into that Saturn Pisces energy of being accountable to what is keeping you closed, right? And whatever that is, that's so many different things. And then allowing yourself to kind of open. And there's also a believing in the self that's coming through here with that Mars Cancer. As I'm looking at it, that's what I'm feeling in my body. I'm feeling some solar energy. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm feeling a little I thought I was going to burp, but I didn't. It's just energy is sitting in there. Believing in yourself. Believing in yourself may be a big one for the collective that I work with here. And I do want to say on YouTube, not just with the Rainbow Tribe on Patreon. But yeah, believing in yourself might be actually the key to becoming more open for some of you there. But the sextile Uranus is going to offer some fun surprises if you're willing to receive that and be open to that and not resist it. Right? Now there's that. And then moving on, Mars in Cancer is also still in that square to Chiron. Okay. That is that belly of the beast energy. That's also the wisdom over wounding that's coming up as well for us to gain insight from anyone who's been experiencing the belly of the beast energy or has experienced it in the last, I want to say, couple weeks, probably at this point. Now, Chiron is also still working with Aries and is still sextile Chariklo in Aquarius. All that means is that Aries energy really has intensified any of the triggering around the belly of the beast energy. And the sextile, the Chariklo, has also been offering doors and opportunities for clarity, okay? For clarity and for healing of these experiences, all right? Now, lastly, just very briefly, the sun being in Aries is also sextile Jupiter and Gemini this week and will be strongest at the very end of the week on the 6th. Okay. It's also sextile Pallas and Aquarius. That's where I feel fun. I feel some enjoyment. I feel a lot of social energy and also playing and creative energy and invention and inventiveness. I keep hearing to believe in yourself. I keep hearing that like over and over and over to relay to you, to believe in yourself that these possibilities are very possible. That's why they're possibilities. Spirit's funny today. They're showing me the 7 of Cups, so maybe that'll come up in the readings. I'm not going to do a collective. I'm going to do signs today, and I will try to be fast about it just for my own energetic reserves. And also to not have this be super long. I know not everyone loves a really long video. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm getting with Sun and Aries, sextile Jupiter, Gemini, and sextile Pallas and Aquarius. It just feels like fun, enjoyment, creative invention. Um, don't be surprised if certain people pop in this week. I don't know why I'm doing this. Just as it's just how the energy feels. Like a switch up? That's interesting. Yeah, don't be surprised if like this is the week where your circle shifts. That's how it just is being relayed to me. Yeah, if your social circle, your inner circle shifts, whether it's because other people are shifting or maybe there's like a new person in, a new person out, like musical chairs in your social circle kind of. It's like that's just kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Be open to it, be receptive to it. Again, be open, be open, be open, be open, receive, receive, receive. Oh, got it, spirit. Yeah, so that's all I want to say about this week. So be accountable to yourself and what's healthy for you, what's balanced for you, what's been keeping you closed. So you can be open to what is possible right now. Anything is possible right now, guys. Anything is possible right now. We're finally in April. I know it's the 31st, but we're finally in April, okay? We're finally in spring. We are finally past the new moon Aries eclipse. We are finally in Neptune Aries. We're finally in Pluto and Aquarius working with Neptune and Aries. We're finally here. we're finally in a really oh ah like what's a good word for like right now? There's no word that exists. I could throw words out there. They're not going to feel right. It's an epic time. It's an epic time. They're really highlighting the noise too, the external noise. So be very aware too of just how external noise really affects you because so much about the energy right now that they're in the way they're speaking about it through me to you is about being open, which is also rooted in belief. Okay. Believe what you want to believe, but that frequency of fear, it's strong. Love is stronger. Love is stronger. Love is stronger than fear, but fear is way easier to stay in. It's way easier to stay in the world that we are in right now. Um, oh, that's really interesting. Sorry, they're talking to me about the frequency of fear and love. Huh. That's interesting. Love is more stabilizing. Love is more stabilizing, but that's also why it's a harder vibration to get into. Fear is more malleable. That's interesting. I feel like this is gonna get misinterpreted in the way that I'm communicating it. They're literally showing it to me like frequencies. Fear is not stable. It's not stable. It's erratic. It's all over the place. It's not really rooted. It's not really grounded. It's like, which is why it's easier to right get hit by it. That's why it's easier to like right just be kind of like oh shit what was that like you know but love it's like love is very anchoring. Love is very solid. Love is very stabilizing. Love encompasses a lot of things. And I'm not speaking to like when I say like fear is very malleable, love is malleable too, just not in the way that I'm speaking about it. Like when we're in that vibration of love, we are very malleable as people. We're very adaptable. This is also just how the universe plays. This is like the balance of things, the juxtaposition of things. Fear is very erratic, it's not very grounded, and so in that way, the frequency, the actual frequency of fear is like, well, it's very malleable, but that makes for very I don't think there's a word to conjugate here. Um, non-adaptable is not a word, but it makes for very ill-adaptive people. Love is very anchoring and very calming and very grounding and very centering, and because of that, it makes for very malleable, adaptable there's another word that wants to come through here. People. I don't know the way to say that. There's another word that wanted to be spoken there. Interesting. So just a little channeling going on there. Um, but yeah, so external noise. and crap. External noise and crap. I get that it is like we are in crazy times. I get it. We've been in crazy times, and yes, they are getting crazier. They're only getting crazier because it's just we are just continuing to have more mass awakening integrations, right? This has been happening for a very long time. A very long time, and it's been happening in waves, right? And yes, 2025, a lot of people are talking about how like, oh, this has been the year, this has been the year. They also said that about 2012. Don't forget. They also said that about the year 2000. These are just waves. They're just waves. I'm not saying that we're not on the brink of a new system. I'm not saying we're not. I think we absolutely are. But it doesn't mean that things are going to implode tomorrow and the world will be over. That's like not, you know what I mean? It's like I think sometimes we take these hold on a second. Mm. Mm. Sometimes I think we take these nods to the future that we find from the past, right, through anthropologic discoveries, just looking at the cycles of history, even Earth cycles, right? That's what a lot of people are speaking to in 2025, even the astrology. And yes, we absolutely are on the brink of change. But I think sometimes, like, we as humans, like, we take this information, including downloads we've received, and we take them so literal. We take them so literal. And again, yes, we're seeing very real change, but like, I think you guys understand what I'm getting at. I don't think I really need to be talking about this right now. I just think we take things very literal, very extreme, and then we start just kind of working in that like in that extreme energy, and then obviously there's fear there, right, as well. Instead of just, hey, there's just natural cycles to shit. It's like there's natural cycles to shit, and there's always a way where things balance themselves out because everything energetically has a balance to it. Everything has a balance to it. So as extreme as the chaos is, as the frequency of fear is right now, very much on the surface, you can also think in terms of the balance of that. What balances that? Extreme love, extreme frequency of love, extreme frequency of stability and calm. Like, this is the ebb and flow. This is the ebb and flow. And yes, there is like waves of awakenings that are involved in that too. That's also exacerbating the fear on the surface, the cracking of the ego on the surface collectively. Um, but like things always have a way of falling into place and working out, even if our foundations are different, even if our systems are different. And suddenly the audio on my end broke up. Especially when we speak of big things, weird tech stuff happens, right? So I don't need to talk in circles. All I'm getting at is be mindful of how that fear frequency on the external could be affecting you or influencing you in some way. Okay. All of this energy we've been in and will continue to be in is really emphasizing how important, how massively important it is to be operating from within. Okay. Even like if you're watching like readers like me, right? Watching astrologers, readers like me, we all got our own opinions. We all have our own lens. We are our own individual unique channels, right? And we channel different things. Um, take what resonates always, but like at the end of the day, your connection to yourself is more important than anything else. Because if you don't have that connection to self, really nothing else, nothing around you is like matters or is tangible or is grounded even, right? Just I don't know why I'm getting all passionate about that. Anyway, that's the astrology. Get, you guys know how I am. I just get on a roll. All right, let's do some signs. How we feel about that? Some signs? Yes. Okay. Kind of want glow in the dark tarot today, actually. Okay. And fear crept up, overwhelmed with the love I have for him. It's the season for that. Alejandra, it's totally the season for that. Venus and Mercury retrograding in Aries, it's just let it be a teaching moment. Let it be a teaching moment, you know? I feel like I needed a breath. Like, Just breathe all that energy out talking about fear. Blech. Thank you for being so passionate about speaking your truth. Well, thank you for receiving it. Thank you for receiving it. Truly. Thank you. Thank you. Signs by Justin Timberlake just popped up in my head as you said that. I don't even think I know that song. I was a 90s kid. So when he broke away from NSYNC and went on his own, I was like, I'm done. I was a 90s kid and I was a hardcore NSYNC fan. I really was. How late am I? You're just in time for the sign readings. I'm just getting the deck all calibrated before I go ahead and get started. And also, guys, because I'm trying to do these quickly, I'm going to try really hard to not look at the chat when I'm for the signs, just so I can stay on task. Because, I mean, you guys, you know when you see. You know when you see. Oh. Yeah, that doubt and fear. So much I could say in response to just saying those two words. So much has already come up. This is really a time to believe in ourselves, like really, to believe in the power of the individual, like truly. And also I want to say too, like, I know we know this. And I know everyone's probably been guilty of this at some point in their life. But if someone tells you what they want out of their life, if someone tells you like, hey, I got these plans, or someone says like, hey, this is like my hope or my dream or my wish, and you tell them it's not possible, or someone tells you it's not possible, the inner Scorpio in me is like, cut them off. Probably not the route to go. But those are moments that I think are really important to use your voice to negate that. Not from a place of like, but from a place of like protecting the energy of what you want. You know what I mean? To not like take on their words, to not take on their energy, to not allow that spell to exist in the ether. And I know we've all done this at some point in our lives, because it's like, we've all been teenagers, kids, we've all been immature at some point, or whatever. It's just the human condition. But it's really important. And I think especially right now, it's really important. Any naysayers, even if they're not like, they're just like, I don't know. Like, even if it's from a place of love and concern, no. And you can say no with love. It is possible to say no with love. It's possible to negate with love. It absolutely is. But just no. There's no room for that. There's no room for that right now. There's no room for that anymore. We need to like all have a lot of belief in ourselves and in other people right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if like everyone on this planet was just like a cheerleader for everyone's hopes and dreams. Like, it was just like, oh no, we all can do exactly like what we want to do as far as bringing into reality what we desire. Especially if it like helps other people, especially if it's like things that we want are actually like, yeah, just forces of benefit across the board. I'm not talking about like, harmful dreams or anything like that. Anyway, I don't know why I'm on such a rant today. I really don't. I think this deck is calibrated. I think there's just a lot that wants to be said. Oh, got this deck all twisty-turny. Yeah, it was like there's a little bit of anger in me as I was talking about that. I could feel that. All right, let's finally get into signs here. So I already preemptively wrote the signs out in the order they wanted to go. So just letting you guys know. And fire is going first. I think fire really enjoys being first. It kind of makes sense. It's fire, right? So starting with Aries. Aries, any messages or insights for Aries for this week? I'm immediately getting Raven. Just wanted to be said. 8 of Swords. Oh, Jesus, Aries. Oh. Feel like this is something you need to see beyond. I think that's why Raven is coming out here. It's giving me heavy shadow. 8 of Swords, the Devil, and the Page of Swords. This feels like somebody letting their fears get the best of them. Like literally, this is exactly what we're talking about. But that's what this looks like here. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, not necessarily, but the devil is Saturn. This could also be Saturn Pisces at work as well in your life here. And keep in mind, because this is general, this could be someone you know, doesn't have to be you. But this is somebody who I feel like is literally having their mind, running off of fear and almost being plagued by it with that devil energy. Page of Swords can also be a bit of a drama card. Page of Swords can be immature thinking or communication, but it can also be new ways of looking at things. I think you have the opportunity to look at this for what it is, whether you're triggered or just scared or just feeling plagued by doubt. This feels like being plagued by doubt and fear, feeling like, like something's not possible. So stuff we're talking about here. But I think you have a potential to see beyond this if you want to. I think that's why Raven is coming up to help you see that. Interesting. We have King of Wands, Leo energy. Why is the King of Wands out here for Aries for this week? Again, I feel like seeing this for what it is. Even if this is someone else, you have the wisdom and maturity to see this for what it is. Can I get another card for Aries, please? They're giving me bamboo. That's like super random. Bamboo. I don't know what's going on bamboo. Someone needed to hear bamboo. Oh, it's just such an interesting one. Thank you for the $9.99. Wait, Nikki, I am love. Thank you. I really thank you for your time. Well, I thank you for your donation. Thank you. You're so welcome. Thanks. Okay. Tell me more about this King of Wands for Aries. Yeah, Aries, I'm hearing rise above it. Rise above it. This could be someone that you're dealing with, okay? And it could be your own shadow. And again, fears, doubts getting the best of you here, but you can rise above this. You're aware of this. You're aware of this. This is not like a new energy for experience for you. One more for the King of Wands. Especially with the fact that you're also coming through as the King of Wands, that's giving me boss energy. Which Aries, we know you like to be the boss, but that's what a King of Wands also is. It could literally be like the leader of head of a company. You don't have to own your own company here, but it's just that those kinds of vibes. If this is happening in the workplace, it does fall on you to deal with this person. If this is someone in your work environment acting out or like having a really hard time, but it's not being a tyrannical leader, right? It's like, it's not meeting the situation with force. It's not like calling someone out. It's like recognizing where someone's at and putting in proper boundaries in a mature way that doesn't cause more chaos. That doesn't cause more chaos. Yeah, look at you. King of Wands and the Four of Wands over here. So I'm getting a lot with you, Aries. So I'm going to go through the ring of possibilities that I'm feeling here. But here's you protecting your kingdom. The king protecting his castle, his or her castle. You are the king of your castle, the king of your domain, if you will. Some of you, this is about becoming this, wanting to embody this. All right. So some of you guys are already here in this. I am the king, queen of my life. I am the king, queen of my household. I am the king, queen of my business. Right. Some of you want to hit this status. Some of you want to rise into feeling this confident about being in control of your life or your work or your household. Some of you guys got someone who's in a lot of fear and they are acting out immaturely because of it, or even lashing out, I would say. And it's up to you to protect your kingdom, your castle, whatever that means to you, in dealing with this person. Some of you, this is your own stuff. Some of you, this is your own fears and doubts getting the best of you, when deep down you either want to be this or you are already this, and you got to keep yourself in check. Be accountable, right? You can be the King of Wands and still have this running around inside of you. It's just about how mature and responsible and wise you are in dealing with it, right? But again, some of you, this is an external person. So take it as it resonates. Leo. What's going on for Lions? Why do I feel like you guys are traveling? Maybe you're thinking about travel. Maybe you just need to go for a long walk. I don't know why that was coming up. Leo, oddly enough, I'm feeling a pull to water for you. water may be a nice element for you to work with at this time. And there's so many ways to do that, but it's like I'm getting this like taking a long walk on the beach, taking a long walk along a river. It's like there's this need to kind of be on the go, but in a way that's like for your self-care. And I'm getting water specifically. Okay. Leo. Any messages or insights for Leo? It's also giving me threshold vibes, which is kind of interesting. Almost like the water is even acting as a threshold. Take that as you will. Oh, it's quick. Justice and the Seven of Wands. What's the right action for you? This is something I think you're contemplating. The right action. What is the right action? What is the right action for balance? What's the right solution even for some of you? But it's about the action. Almost has this feeling of needing to fix something. But for some of you, it is about rectifying a situation. Others of you, it's just about making the right action. This is very clear. It feels like to keep yourself in a good standing or to keep a situation in a good standing, to keep things balanced. You're needing reflection time. Definitely take a pause before acting here, okay? Definitely take a pause before acting, even if you got to go on a little staycation to get the solution. I think you would benefit from some quiet time. This is not a normal Leo message. I feel like I almost never get this for Leos, but I am getting it from my Lions today. Ooh. The Fool. Fool can be a fearless mode, state of being, willing to take a risk, a chance, ready to move into a whole new experience. I am actually feeling don't be impulsive here. I'm actually feeling don't be the fool here is what I'm actually feeling. I keep getting if you just take a beat, it'll be clear. Yeah, wow. Knight of Cups. There's that water energy coming through with Pisces. Knight of Cups is the night that we move into when we are ready to go on the move, which is what I was getting with you. Like, what action do you want to take? But from the heart space. Again, some of you, this can even be about an apology or a resolution or like how to make a situation right. I'm getting it either way, like making a situation right or maintaining the balance of a situation. And it seems to be falling on you as a responsibility of you to handle. The answer is through water, the element of water. So again, your heart space, emotions, and getting into your own internal world, into your subconscious there to find the right solution, to find the right action. It is an action here. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's move on to Sag. We'll just do 48. Actually, I'll take a little sip of my tea first. Okay. Saggies, what's going on for Sagittarius? So random, Sag. Sag, I feel like half the time I get in your energy, I laugh, like, or something makes me giggle. It's very Sag. I'm getting animals that like to climb trees. I don't like this is like so random. Like koalas, pandas, monkeys. Like, okay. Are you climbing trees, Sag? What's going on? Sagittarius. Queen of Wands. Okay, I like this for you. Ooh, this feels really nice. Are you just enjoying life this week? It's giving me the good life vibes. It's giving me pampering yourself. With Queen of Wands, I don't normally get that. Queen of Wands, I usually get someone who's in a lot of their own passion, and who's ready to do a lot, who's ready to shake things up even, and who's attracting a lot to them. But I'm getting more enjoyment and leisure with you. It's a nice vibe. It's a good week for that too. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. You're just climbing trees and chilling. Any other messages or insights for Sagittarius this week? Oh, okay. 4 of Cups. I keep getting that you're trying to just enjoy yourself as much as you can. I think the whole, like, the animals that are climbing trees, it feels like taking a beat, kind of how Leo was needing to do. I feel like that's what you are doing compared to Leo. Even like the tree in the Four of Cups, that speaks to meditation and getting in alignment with yourself and with spirit and getting grounded, getting centered. It's excuse me, I keep getting more like a Four of Swords energy with you of just enjoying yourself and taking care of yourself, but the Four of Cups does not allude to that. Hold on a second. Excuse me. Fours may be significant because I also saw the Four of Wands at the bottom. Um, but I keep getting more like a Four of Swords energy where you are literally taking time for yourself, but you're a little bit more active than a traditional Four of Swords. Four of Swords is like, I'm going to be in bed all day and rest. I'm going to go to the spa. I'm going to eat good food, but I'm going to sit here on the couch and not be too active, right? I don't feel that with you. I feel like you're focusing on your own needs. I feel like you're focusing on what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel good. And so there's a little bit more activity than that, than a Four of Swords. But Four of Cups, you may be careful not to avoid too much. Be careful not to escape a little bit too much here. Because I'm getting a little taste of that you may be avoiding some sort of disappointment that you're wrestling with here. Some disappointment, maybe even some boredom that you're wrestling with. Anything else for Sagittarius? Yeah, don't escape too much, Sag. I mean, Jupiter in Gemini is active with the sun in Aries this week. It could be really easy for Saggies to just be like, I'm just going to enjoy and forget. Oh, so I don't always read reversals, but this came out reversed. 6 of Pentacles in reverse and 10 of Swords at the bottom. Yeah, you've had some recent disappointment, Sag. You've had some recent disappointment. I feel like you're just trying to be good to yourself. Totally get it. This could also indicate that you are withdrawing your energy from a certain situation. Could even be a relationship. Again, just really focusing on yourself. But I'm getting like you have been disappointed. You've been disappointed recently. Something did not work out. Can I get another card for Sagittarius? You're not licking your wounds about it. You're just doing what feels good for you right now. Taking this one? Yeah. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, again, very self-focused, very concerned about you. Some of you may be taking space from someone who is, I want to say, just as independent as you. That's very interesting. That feels more like a friendship to me. Yeah, that feels more like a friendship to me. Could even be of the same sex. Doesn't have to be. Could be Aries or Virgo. Doesn't have to be. But yeah, that is kind of what I'm getting here. I'm also getting this like withdrawing from it's not responsibilities, but maybe some of you guys are calling in sick when maybe you're not sick, you know, kind of vibes. I'm getting this feeling of being in the world, being in your internal world, being at home, being out and doing the things that you need to be doing, or like doing the things that help maintain your own keep your life going, right? Like work. You're taking time for you. You need a day. You need a self-care day. Enjoy it. Take it. But if you are going through some like taking some space from somebody, I keep getting it's like you're not the same, but you're similar. So it's interesting it wants to be said that way. You're not the same, but you're similar. Again, Virgo Aries very heavy here. I'm trying to give you more confirmation than that. You're not the same, but you're similar. I would say one of you is probably a lot more comfortable actually with yourself. Yeah, one of you is a lot more comfortable with who you are as a person. You're a lot more comfortable sitting with yourself. The other, maybe not so much. The other, I'm almost getting this feeling of enjoying being seen. Yeah, I'm getting enjoying being seen with the other person. All right, moving on. All right, we're doing water signs next. Cancer. Crabby crabs. Hi, Cancers. How are we doing this week? I had to take a minute because I felt like I just saw an angry crab. I was like, oh, okay. Maybe you're not angry. Maybe you're just really passionate. Maybe you're just really passionate this week. Maybe you're just really active this week. Cancer. Any messages or insights for Cancer for this week? I feel like you're not in your crab shell, that's for sure. Yeah, I feel like you're experimenting actually. Some of you guys may be trying new environments, new hobbies, all the things that we're talking about in like the overview and the astrology. But there's something about your energy that feels fiery, actually. You could be a cusper with Leo. Could be enjoying the fiery Aries energy that we are in right now. Yeah, something about you feels fiery. And like a little, like it's giving a little don't F with me. I don't think that's your intention though. You know what? Okay, sometimes cancers give this off. Sometimes cancers give an aloofness, even if they don't mean to. I think that's what's happening. Maybe someone's like not understanding where you're coming from. Because I'm like, I feel like you're just busy. I feel like you're busy. I feel like you're trying things. You're not in your crab shell, so you're like out. But I keep getting this image of an angry crab, but I don't think you're angry. I really don't. I think you're being misunderstood, misinterpreted. Any messages or insights for Cancer? Almost said for crabby crabs again. Well, that's what I've been calling you. For Cancers. Yeah, I keep getting this feeling like someone wants to like paint a picture that you're angry, or someone wants to believe you're angry. Or aloof. Again, aloof could be a thing here. And again, I think that's just lost in translation. Any messages or insights for Cancer? Maybe you're just being very short with people. Yeah, you're getting attention right now. Yeah, see, look, 4 of Swords and 6 of Wands. You're coming out of your crab shell. You're moving out of the 4 of Swords, and you are being seen by other people, and maybe even judged by other people. But I don't. Even if the people are like thinking you're angry or aloof or judging you, I don't think you care. Honestly, I don't think you care. I think you're too busy being busy. I think you're too busy being busy, and I think you're too busy doing what you want to do. I mean, it's not like, God, the words that are coming out here, it's given a little edge. It is. It's given a little edge. So maybe they're not totally off Cancer. Maybe you got a little edgy edge to you of I don't care, of I don't give an F. So maybe they're not totally misreading you, just saying. But yeah, you're out of your crab shell. Some of you guys feel like you're just coming out of hermit mode and into the sun again. Some of you guys are feeling like you're just finally done with winter and you're finally enjoying spring. Any other messages or insights for Cancer? Let's see here. Cancer. If you are angry and someone calls you out, don't play it like you're not. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Because we have the 10 of Swords with the Queen of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So you got some edge. You do. The pinchers are out. They are out. Maybe you don't realize that people can see that and sense that, and you're like, that's not where I'm at. That's not where I'm at. Because again, I do see that you are trying to just like be out and enjoy. I do see that. I do see that. You were clearly just trying to enjoy the sun, spring, being out, whatever. You are trying to enjoy that. That 10 of Swords is backing you, and you are the Queen of Wands here. The 10 of Swords is backing you, and then Page of Pentacles. I got to be honest with what I'm getting. I'm getting someone that feels like a betrayed friend. So it's interesting. Sag kind of had a little bit of that too. So maybe there's someone around you that's feeling this way about you. Maybe you feel a little betrayed by somebody. That 10 of Swords doesn't lie. That 10 of Swords does not lie. Cancer, the way that you're also coming out of your crab shell, I feel like you are also trying to shake something off, is what I'm getting to a little bit. So maybe that's why the way you're out is very out, because maybe you really are trying to act like things really are cool and act like you are beyond something, over something, and you are just ready for new energy. And maybe all those things are true to an extent. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, God, I hope I'm making sense. It's not quite I'm gonna fake it till I make it, but like maybe with real intention, you're like, I want to go have fun. I want to go be out. I want to learn this. I want to be busy. I want to do A, B, C, D, whatever. Right. but maybe there is a piece of you that is still not fully done with that 10 of swords. You're out and you're trying with intention, but you haven't fully shaken something off. It's like, is what I'm getting here. And I think other people can see that and they can feel that and they can sense that. And you do have a slight edge to you. And again, I'm not saying that you're like fully mad, but something's still on you and you're still trying to shake it off. And yeah, some of you guys I think have dealt with some sort of situation where there's been a betrayal of friendship or loyalty. It's like those are the two things that I'm getting. And that can be in any realm, and someone could be feeling that way about you. You both could feel that way about each other, right? I'm gonna get one more here. One more card for Cancer. We'll move on to Scorpio. But I do see you out and trying. I do see you out and trying, and that's important. Important. That is important to do. What is this? Interesting. 7 of Pentacles. Why is the 7 of Pentacles here for Cancer? Seven of Pentacles and 3 of Cups. Again, your focus is on enjoyment. Your focus is on having fun. Your focus is on having experiences, getting in the mix. And I really want to say being busy. We also have the 7 of Cups at the bottom. The 7 and the 3, there's a 4 of Cups energy there. If you did have some sort of fallout with like a friend or a situation where loyalty was not upheld, because that doesn't have to be a friendship. You could just be like looking back on those things, and so could the other person. There's just a little bit of the old energy that hasn't fully been shaken off, is how it keeps wanting to be said. All right, Scorpio. A little sip of water. All right. Scorpio. What's going on for my Scorps this week? You guys had a I remember that like little blip of a weekend reading I did with you guys. It was like, oh, look at all those swords. Okay. So hopefully it's better this week, Scorpio. Any messages or insights for Scorpio for this week? Yeah, your energy's feeling really good. I'm getting the eagle. There may be certain animals maybe coming up for you at this time. I feel like your eyes are forward, is what that feels like to me. Yeah. Yeah, your focus feels very much ahead of you, which is good. That's good. Scorpio, any messages or insights for Scorpio? I am hearing the word messy. What's messy? Maybe you're cleaning house. Maybe that's what's messy. 8 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. I keep feeling like your eyes are forward, but maybe you are also still working on some things here. 8 of Swords and 6 of Cups. I mean, that is like explicit. The past is making me scared of something. The past is making me not see something. The past is influencing my ability to be open to other things or new things. So while your eyes are forward, it's good. It's kind of giving me what I got with Cancer a little bit. Like you're forward, you're out, you're trying, but something's still lurking in the background a little bit here. And I want to say it's about being open and receptive, Scorpio. There's something about your past, and that can be anything. Patterns, memories, relationships, family, right? Even desire. The 6 of Cups is I call it the soul card is what I call it, because it does speak to so much implication of the past and how it influences our emotional body and our soul, literally. How do I want to say this? Yeah, there's just something about your past that is still keeping some doors closed for you. And it's your own doors. It's your own doors of belief closed. Anything else for Scorpio? Curious what you're not seeing, what you're not believing in right now. Any other messages or insights for Scorpio for this week? Okay. 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is about peace of mind and forward movement. Okay, which tells me your eyes are forward. That's exactly what I thought. Even the way the cards are laid out. Look at that. So I like that this is out here because it's also showing me the 2 of Swords, Moon and Libra. The 2 of Swords is all about what you choose to believe in. I just realized the way I said that. I never really speak about it that way, but that's exactly what the Two of Swords is. What do you choose to believe in? Which is basically also what choices do you want to make, right? What truth do you want to see? So this is about your belief this week, Scorpio. And I see you trying to leave behind a state of mind where your past keeps you closed off. Okay. So I see you trying to make different choices. I see you trying to be open. I see you trying. I see you trying to be open. Okay. I see you choosing a different way to believe in yourself, to believe in life. Beautiful. Anything else for Scorpio? What's coming in after the Six of Swords? Love it. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles can be taking up a new skill or a hobby or some sort of like form of study. It's also about making plans. It's also like, because the Page of Pentacles turns into the Knight, the Queen, and the King, right? And the King manages the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you guys, this could be about entertaining a new career opportunity, or again, just a skill or a hobby, or just some seedlings of some long-term plans for yourself here. Some of you, this is also pertaining to loyalty and friendship, having a new perspective on those things. So that's what I'm getting with the Six of Swords. The new belief that you're trying to be open to, they are trying to walk in, I want to say, relates to loyalty, friendship. Some of you being open to a new form of stability for yourself, like a new career, a new environment, new investments. It's very structure is, I'm even hearing structure, but it's a seedling. Doesn't mean it's not going to be big for you. I like that it's a seedling. It feels like the first step almost. Yeah, it feels like the first drop in the bucket. It's like it's the first step, it's the first seedling in this new belief that I want to say you're fighting for, because I don't feel like you're fully solid in it yet. This is still on the table. This is still in your rear view mirror, so to speak. So it's very new. It's very new, and I can feel you fighting for it. Knight of Wands at the bottom. One final card for Scorpio, and we'll move on to Pisces for this week. By the way, if you're here, don't forget to like the video, share, comment, all that stuff, even if you're watching this after the fact. Okay, thank you. Oh, Queen of Cups. Look at you, Scorpio. This is the Cancer court card, but this is the very, very emotional and psychic and healing and loving queen. Okay. Again, this is very new. I feel like this almost feels a little bit like, I'm not going to say like you're having a little bit of a spiritual battle in yourself, but kind of. It is, because I can feel it. It feels like a Five of Wands energy, and you're doing it as the Queen of Cups, which also tells me, again, you're not fully there. You're in the middle of this shift. You're in the middle of making this choice. You're in the middle of choosing what you want to believe and trying to fight for a new belief, a new perspective, a new way, because this clearly doesn't work. Like this belief, this modus operandi, programming, whatever, it feels like belief system. It actually feels bigger than all these minor arcana here. Has held you back, and you know it. You're fighting within yourself. I want to say it feels like a spiritual battle. It really does, because this is what you're contemplating. You're contemplating how to believe in something else. Oh, one more on the Queen of Cups. That deserves one more. One more on the Queen of Cups, please, for Scorpio. I knew it. I'm like, there's a Five of Wands energy on that Queen. And there it is. Literally, there it is. There it is. You are fighting yourself. One more on that. You got two more. And making different choices, Scorpio. As the Empress, no less. That's a level up. That's a level up. I also want to say believe in yourself, Scorpio. Believe in yourself here, because again, this is all about belief. But belief seems to be such a huge driver. And I want to say, even believing that you can make this choice or these changes by being an empress, by being this elevated version of self. Oh God, maybe that's also what it is for some of you. Almost like, hang in there with me. Because even the believing in yourself, I'm almost feeling this like vibe of you're fighting your own empress energy. Like you're having trouble even receiving yourself, seeing yourself as an empress, male or female. Like the person who has that level of wisdom, the person that has that level of maturity, of capability. You have to see yourself as that person for this to be possible, which means you have to stop fighting that part of yourself to make this possible. You get it? You got it? We got a lot of minors here. The Empress is the only major. And I feel like the cards, like, I feel like this is way bigger than the cards are making it out to be. Because minor arcana are more like everyday stuff. And majors are like big life stuff. And I feel like for some of you, this is like big life stuff. Because I feel like this is about the foundation of like belief in just all things really for yourself here. And this shift, this like making a choice to believe in something else. Some of you, it is about a career change. Some of you, it is about a lifestyle change. And those are big changes. It's time to be the Empress. It's time to not fight your own Empress energy and believe that that is who you are. That's the only way to make this possible. You've been actually playing yourself way smaller than you realize, I want to say. I'm getting this like feeling of stagnancy a little bit. All right, Pisces. It was a long reading. Needed to be, though. Needed to be. Okay. Pisces. Any messages or insights for Pisces for this week? You guys feel like you're in contemplation too of what's ahead. It's giving me like, okay, so you know what it's kind of reminding me of? So when I used to live in Hawaii, you know, when you live anywhere, you like find your little spots like for hiking or eating or whatever. And I would often hike. So sorry. So much energy behind this right now. I would often hike in an area where you could just look out for miles at just like endless ocean and like be on this quiet cliffside and just like look out for as long as you wanted to. That's the vibe that it's giving me. Okay. With you, Pisces. Contemplating what's out there, contemplating possibilities. It's like you're in your very Piscean contemplation of the void kind of energy. Okay. Something suddenly feels just so open and available to you is also what I'm getting to. Again, very much the energy of the week. Maybe it's something you were not considering before. Well, that makes sense. I was going to say something you were closed off to before. Duh. If you're open to it now, you weren't open to it before. Like you needed to be ready for it. Yeah. Okay. It's similar to Scorpio. You needed to be ready for it. Any messages or insights for Pisces for this week? To be accepting of it. Yeah, there's that resistance. Nine of Swords. I feel like what you are seeing is available to you. I almost want to say like what is trying to present itself to you is making you face your deepest fears. Or it's entangled in your deepest fears for some reason, which is why you haven't been open to before, which is why you haven't been accepting of it before. Because it kind of makes you look at the boogeyman in the closet. Okay. Your own boogeyman, of course. Any other messages? I was getting the word mistake. I was getting that word before, and I'm like, nah. I feel like those were just like doubts that were kind of creeping in a little bit for you guys. But Nine of Swords being out here, some of you, this is reflecting your mistakes. And when I say mistakes, your perceived mistakes, what you perceive as mistakes from your past. Knight of Cups, Pisces, coming out in your own reading. Love it. Oh, wow. So Knight of Cups is to, move about this world from the heart. Loving, unconditionally loving, open, receptive, compassionate, gentle, understanding, patient, very Pisces. What is available to you requires you to be the Knight of Cups. And you've had a fear of that, is what I'm getting and gathering here. You've had anxiety about being the Knight of Cups, about being that vulnerable, about being that open. And I get it. In this world, I get it. I totally get it. I'm also getting high level empath here for some of you. But that's the fear. It's like, that's the fear. That's the fear, but that's what's required of you for this. And some of you, again, some of you in this moment, you may be reflecting on the past of like when you made them. I don't like saying mistake, but I think that's how you were perceiving it. That's why it's coming through that way. Of when you hesitated, when you became more of a Knight of Cups in reverse, like emotionally unavailable or distant or just withdrawn or just like no, or just closed off. Yeah. I'm almost getting when you ran. Any other messages or insights for Pisces? Two of Wands. It's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do with this. It's totally your choice. You can rise to the occasion, Saturn Pisces, and embody the Knight of Cups, or not. There's no right or wrong here. Just is. Any other messages or insights for Pisces? Ooh, interesting. So on the Knight of Cups, we have the Queen of Pentacles. The opportunity is represented by the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So some of you guys, this could be about a relationship of some kind. Doesn't have to be romantic. Doesn't have to be romantic, but the Queen of Pentacles represents the material plane. It represents a material plane existence where there's abundance. It's very akin to Empress. It's like, I would say it's the last queen before you hit Empress status, I would say. The Queen of Pentacles, it's giving me horse. I'm getting horses. The rabbit is also jumping out at me. So animals may be a thing for you guys. But the Queen of Pentacles has a lot of resources at her disposal. She is very well taken care of. She is very maintained, but she's also a multitasker. She also works very hard. She's also been around the block a few times. So it's like she's got that wisdom and maturity to her that the Queen of Wands doesn't necessarily have, right? And she's also much more grounded in everything that she's doing. She's also a little bit older than the Queen of Wands. It's like this is an energy of having lived a lot of life experience, but there's a lot to show for that life experience, and specifically in terms of material possessions, okay, and abundance. Some of you, the opportunity presenting itself is to be that, is to sit in that material abundance, okay? Some of you, it's actually to meet someone else in that space and to have something play out there, whether it is like a business relationship or an actual relationship. But the Queen of Pentacles is the opportunity. But to receive that, you have to be open, right? You have to be open. And some of you, it's about being vulnerable and deep enough in your heart space to also meet someone in that same heart-to-heart space, if it's about a relationship. Then we had the Magician come out, which made me very intrigued. Why is the Magician here for Pisces for this week? Why is the Magician here for Pisces? Seven of Pentacles, one more. Feels like making something really big happen. One more for the Seven of Pentacles and Magician. That feels like getting something in order. Like physically. Ooh. We have Magician with the Seven of Pentacles. This to me feels like toiling away. Seven of Pentacles is evaluating what you have to invest and what you can grow that into. It's giving me trees. I don't know. Some of you guys may be into gardening as well. But Magician is the aspect of ourself that has all the tools at our disposal to make things happen. Excuse me. It's our ability to manifest. It's our ability to cultivate. It's our ability to co-create with the universe, right? And it does. It feels like getting things in order. And then I wanted more clarification. And we have the Knight of Swords and Justice. There's a lot of masculine energy going on here in this little section, and a lot of making things happen, being very proactive. And so, again, the energy of this week is to meet the universe halfway by being open to these possibilities. But Pisces, for you, it seems like there's a heavy emphasis on being proactive, maybe needing to meet the universe a little bit more than halfway here. Okay. That Knight of Swords is very interesting to me because that feels like after getting things in order, laying it out on the table and presenting it. That's what that feels like to me. So Pisces, the world is your oyster here, literally, with the Queen of Pentacles being the opportunity, okay? Whether this is a person or just the option and potential to become the Queen of Pentacles, to be very well taken care of. That's available to you, that person, that opportunity. But the universe is saying, get into your nature as a Piscean, get into your heart and be open, be receptive, be loving, let your heart lead you, and be proactive and make it happen because we're willing to make it happen with you. But the fear, you are a very sensitive being, Pisces. You're Pisces. You're mutable water. You're the void space. You're Neptune. It's like you are very sensitive. There's something about the sensitivity of being in that Knight of Cups energy that really freaks you out. It could be related to past stuff. Only you know what that is. Okay. And it doesn't make you weak. I don't know why I want to say that. Being sensitive, emotionally sensitive, doesn't make you weak. It makes you very strong, actually. That's also why that's a gift of you as the most mature sign, right? Okay, we're spending way too long on these readings. We got to move faster, right? Taurus. Taurus. Any messages or insights for Taurus for this week? For Taurus's highest good? Sorry, visuals. They were showing me a tornado. I don't know if you live in a place where there's tornadoes. You absolutely could. And then that country song, Ain't No Love in Oklahoma. I don't know what's going on with you, Taurus. I don't know. Is a storm a brewing? What's going on with Taurus? Why is this coming up for Taurus? The word relentless is coming through. Maybe you feel like you're in a relentless situation or you're dealing with a very relentless person. I don't think it's you. I feel like it's a situation you feel subjected to, but let's see. Taurus. Any messages or insights for Taurus? I can't stop hearing that song. Oh yeah, that looks relentless. The devil is relentless. Of all the cards, the devil is relentless. Literally, the devil is a high level of persistence. It's Saturn. Saturnian focus, Saturnian shadow, relentless, almost like a pit bull, right? Even if it's just your own inner demons. But the devil with the high priestess, geez. You're facing the devil. That's what this looks like. I feel like you are actually battling the devil energy. Let's get clarification on what the devil is for you, because that could be a lot of things here. What is the devil for Taurus this week? Communication. One more. Oh, yeah, you are. Taurus. I don't know if I like this for you. You're battling the devil. It feels like the devil's getting in the way of of expansion and growth, of where you want to be and where you want to go. I was getting a little bit of communication, so like this could actually represent a relationship in your life or some sort of conversation that like you can't get past something here. But strength with the Eight of Wands clarifying the devil, like strength has an angelic energy in it. It has an empress energy in it. You are trying to deal with this devil energy, this relentless energy, this relentless like it feels like the gnat that won't go away, the pressure that you can't alleviate, the itch you can't scratch. Like that's what this feels like. And again, it could be your own stuff, or it could be something outside of you that you feel is impeding your ability to grow and to move and expand, from you or from something outside of you. If it's yourself, it's probably an addiction or some sort of like, I want to say obsessive, some very persistent obsessive thoughts or behaviors, attachment to something that you are just really struggling to deal with or let go of or find a balance with. But you're the high priestess. You're the high priestess. Okay. So that tells me you can do it. No matter how relentless this devil energy is within yourself or in your life, but you can do it. What else is going on here for Taurus? If this is something outside of you, I want to say like someone has a addiction or like something that's like plaguing them. Anything else for Taurus? I feel like you're in the tornado. I feel like this devil energy has whipped up a tornado around you, and you're just like, as the high priestess, trying so damn hard to deal with it, to deal with the chaos. It's like relentless chaos. It's relentless. It's a relentless force that's getting in your way. I think that's the easiest way to say this for everything that I'm feeling, for whatever this is for. It's a relentless force, person, behavior, energy, etc., that keeps getting in your way. And being the high priestess, I think, is probably one of the only ways to deal with this. Because like being the high priestess means you're going really deep within yourself. You're going really deep within yourself. You're also getting very in tune with your intuition to see your way through this and to try to see it for what it is. The high priestess should be able to unmask this devil and figure out how to get away from this. That 5 of Swords, though, that also tells me there's a lot of ego that's like coming up to the surface in this situation. The devil will do that. The devil will absolutely do that. There's a lot of triggering going on in this situation as well. I'm scared to see what this is. Okay. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? High Priestess. Okay. Diligence. This is you practicing your due diligence to deal with this chaos and this relentless force. I don't want to sound so extreme, but whoever this message is for, you clearly need to hear this because this feels kind of extreme. The only love you're finding in the situation right now is from yourself, is what I'm getting with this. Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. That's loyalty, that's predictability, that's consistency, that's trust. And this is your own energy. It's like you're grounding like crazy. It's like, that's what I'm getting here too. Like, to deal with this kind of chaos, you got to be very grounded, like super grounded, and very disciplined with yourself and very disciplined with your discernment. It's like, yeah, as relentless as this chaos as relentless as this chaos is, you are just as relentless in your own centering. It's reminding me of the collective energy. Yeah, it's reminding me of the collective energy. I mean, this is exactly what I was kind of speaking to you guys before. It's like no matter what crazy shit is going on out there, you have to be diligent about your connection to self, and that's your only way to see the truth through it. Can I get a card for the 5 of Swords? Can I get a card for the 5 of Swords? If this is about someone in your life, I think they're off the rails. Something has like some sort of switch has been flipped and they're off the rails if this is happening to someone in your life. Can I get a card for the 5 of Swords? Five of Swords and the Queen of Cups. You may have more than one person acting out around you at this time. 5 of Swords and the Queen of Cups also says highly triggered to me. Highly triggered and also acting from wounding as well. Remember, wisdom over wounding. This is wisdom. That's wisdom. This is acting from wounding. Okay. High Priestess also has more life experience than the Queen of Cups. It's just going in circles here, Taurus. Can I get one more on the Devil? Can I get one more on the devil for Taurus? And then I got to move on to Virgo because, again, I am spending too much time on these readings. One more on the devil for Taurus. You got 2. Oh, okay. We now have the Empress with the world. Remember what I said about the strength card? Empress also sits in the strength card. I love seeing this with the devil because it says that the chaos will end at some point and your diligence is going to make that happen. Your diligence is going to make that happen. Again, this could be an addiction. It absolutely can be an addiction. It's giving very intense vibes here. It's like very intense, very tied to like strong triggers, soul scars, essentially. Even like an exacerbated shadow that's like out of check, like, or someone who's struggling with these things. It feels like a relentless tornado is what it feels like, and that's what they showed me. But your ability to deal with this devil, whether it's your own or it's someone around you, you're making it through. Okay? You're making it through. You're making it through. Lord have mercy. Some of you guys, it could even be like a parent or a mother with all that Empress energy too. All right, Virgo. Whew. Needed a breath after that one. Virgo. Hey, buddy. Hold on, guys. Hi. Oh, sorry. I don't need this for you. You want to come on over? I think some of you guys were asking how he was. He's doing pretty good considering. He's eating and he's keeping food down, and that makes me happy. He definitely is still having some like he's gonna have digestion stuff until it's time, until the inevitable. But he's keeping food down, so he's had a pretty good week. Huh, buddy. Hold on. What is that? He's got a little scratch on his face. All right, Virgo, let's give you a new timestamp here. Okay. I also like switched where I had his little cat tree. With all of this like solar eclipse energy, I think also just spring, I'm like definitely reconfiguring things in my place, and it feels really good. It feels really good. Virgo, you could be doing that too. I mean, that is also something that Virgos enjoy doing, and they're really good at it. King Clyde, I love you guys. All right. Virgo. Any messages or insights for Virgo for this week? Virgo, I think you may need a timeout yourself. I feel like I just like not got winded, but like, whoa, sit, breathe, take a minute, take a beat. Some signs really need to take a beat this week. This may be a rest week for you. That's what I'm feeling. You may be overworking or overdoing it. I'm almost like feeling dizzy, like your body may be needing some time out. Any messages or insights for Virgo for this week? Some nice, like a picnic in some gardens, maybe really nice and rejuvenating for you. Are you done? Okay. Man, our Earth sign's just gonna have a tough week. What the hell? God. Queen of Wands and the Five of Swords. This is high level of determination. This could be a high level of determination. Doesn't have to be someone ready for a fight. But Queen of Wands, if out of any queen, the Queen of Wands is gonna fight. Okay, so we're gonna get more cards on this, but I keep feeling like you need a timeout. That you need some like R&R, some calm more than anything. But there's a little bit of being wound up. All right. Let's see here. Any other messages or insights for Virgo this week? Okay. Justice. I feel like this is all your energy. I keep wanting to say, go take a break. I don't think you want to. I don't think you want to. I feel like I'm reading for a Virgo who's highly determined right now to get a certain situation the way you want it. Justice does facilitate peace. It facilitates resolution and balance, right? Karmic justice and karmic balance. This could easily, Virgo, just be careful here, because this could easily lean into a little bit of an entitled, I want it my way. Okay. Just a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. It also is giving me a little bit of like a little spite, a little vengeance, just a little bit, a little bit. Not all of you. You're all in different places with this energy, but this is definitely a Virgo that is like, something ain't right in my eyes, and I want it righted. That's what this looks like. Okay. And I keep getting, you may need to go for a nice calming walk in some gardens and just breathe and take a minute. Okay. So I don't know what you feel is not right in your world right now. Could be a lot of things. A lot of people feel like a lot of shit ain't right now. But you feel very inclined to maintain your stance that it needs to be righted and maybe a certain way. So again, it's a little bit of a dicey energy to be in. Again, that could easily go into a not so pretty way. Any other messages or insights for Virgo? Yeah, you're in kind of fight energy here. I think you need to, I think you could benefit from calming down. Okay. 7 of Wands. Yeah, you're bordering on fight mode. I think you're trying not to be in fight mode, but I think you're there. And then we have the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords and the 5 of Swords, there's a 3 of Swords energy here. Okay. So you may feel personally slighted. You may also just feel very passionate about what you think is really fucked up right now. That's okay too. Just if there's entitlement here, just be mindful of that. That's all I'm saying. We're all human. We all move into that vibration sometimes. Just be mindful of that. That 7 of Wands coming out with the 2 of Swords is an interesting combination too, though. I think your passion may be blinding you. I'm getting that a little bit with the 2 of Swords. Tell me about the 2 of Swords. Because I feel like your body wants a break. Can I get a card for the 2 of Swords for Virgo this week? 7s are big for you. 7 of Pentacles. We also have the 7 of Wands out here, remember? So 7, 7. You need a break. I can't get off of it. In your energy, I feel so lightheaded. Like my adrenaline's running and like my blood pressure skyrocketing in your energy. And I don't like it. It's not a very comfortable place to be in. And I don't know if you're even aware of that in your body, if that's happening. Whatever you don't think is right in your world, Virgo, I also can see you don't have a clear path to righting it. You want it righted, but you are not even sure the right way to right it yourself. So you can be passionate, you can be motivated, you can be driven, you can even be angry and pissed off. But until it's clear, it doesn't really matter, right? So maybe getting clear is a priority here, or should be a priority here. The Fool. Okay, I like that this is here. Tell me about the Fool. Why is the Fool here for Virgo? That feels a little better. Feels like maybe shaking it off a little bit. Tell me about the Fool for Virgo. Yep, 9 of Pentacles and the Moon. Yeah, so Spirit is kind of saying, Virgo, 9 of Pentacles is also a Virgo card. It's saying, Virgo, let this go for right now. That's what I'm seeing here. Like, embrace peace in the moment right now. If something is not clear, if like, okay, if something's fucked up, something's fucked up. Totally understand. You want it righted, totally understand. If it's not clear how to write it, shelve it until it's clear. Or go and meditate on that until it's clear. That's what I'm seeing. If something is not clear and something is not murky, why would you act on a very unclear place? Don't. Let it go for right now. Everything gets righted in the ways that it needs to. And everything about your energy is saying to be passive. Like, who was it who had more of it? Like Pisces. Pisces had a very like no active energy. This, all that I'm seeing here, the Queen of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, the Fool, the 9 of Pentacles, all of those are very like, be passive and let it go. Be passive and ease into it, right? Instead of what kind of energy. Even justice being here, the fact that you have justice on the board tells me that it's also very likely something's going to get worked out on its own, okay? Or get clear on its own. So, take a beat. Go for a walk. Capricorn. Any messages or insights for Capricorns for this week? I feel like you guys want to get away. There's definitely like this little like vacate vibe keeps coming in and out. I mean, it is spring. I think is spring break over? I'm like so out of touch with spring break. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit of like maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for a break. Could be thinking about a cruise. I'm just seeing a boat, giant boat. So maybe you're thinking about a cruise. Maybe you're thinking about going away with somebody even. It's giving me the feeling of like, let's get away from the crazy for a while. And I don't think you want to go alone. Like I feel like 3 of Cups energy. Just to be more clear about it. Even like a cruise, right? Cruise is a vacation. You're surrounded by people, right? Maybe you want to go on a singles cruise. I don't know. I don't know your life. Oh, that'd be an interesting one. Oh, yeah, you need a vacation. 5 of Cups. This may also be why you want to get away, because maybe you're dealing with some feelings, and sometimes that's easier with a margarita in your hand. Just being playful, just making jokes, but 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups. That's the card of loss, of grief, of sadness, disappointment. It's interesting too, because I was getting that 3 of Cups energy, and the 3 of Cups and the 5 of Cups is what you are sad about. So maybe there was some kind of fun element in your life, and that fun element is not existing anymore. Could be because of a relationship. 5 of Cups can sometimes indicate that. Anything else for Capricorn? Oh, Cappies, go away for a weekend. Just pack your bags, even if it's just like to a neighboring city. Just pack a bag and go, or go stay with a friend in another state or something. Like just go. Tower and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I would say that's actually more than just a little sadness and disappointment. You might have that feeling of, I want to run away from this right now. 5 of Cups in the Tower. This feels like an unexpected loss or an unexpected disappointment is what that looks like to me. And the Queen of Cups, you're in it. You are in it. You are in the waters. You are in the waters that is spilled all on the ground of those cups. You're in it. You're very in it. But the Queen of Cups is also the cup that heals. So you're in the process of dealing, okay? Anything else for Capricorn? Damn, that 2 of Swords creeping up for everybody. I feel like this is alluding to clarity that we may experience mid-April when we get to the full moon in Libra. I only say that because this is literally the moon in Libra card, okay? So you're emotionally dealing with whatever this disappointment is. Some of you, this tower hasn't hit you yet. Don't anticipate it. Don't look for it. If it happens, it happens. You're not really supposed to. I feel like you're not supposed to expect this to happen, whatever this is. But it's putting you in a position of not really knowing what to do. Like, because you're so in the waters. I mean, you're an earth sign, so water's not like foreign to you. But I mean, stereotypical Capricorn energy is relatively stoic. Doesn't mean you don't feel. I think you guys feel a lot. You just don't really know how to express it. But the 2 of Swords, yeah, it's putting you in this position of like where to go from here. The full moon Libra is going to offer so much relief and clarity for everybody. I'm just saying, because it's coinciding with Venus and Mercury going stationary direct. So all of March, all of the crunchiness and weirdness of March and a little bit of February, it's going to have a lot of alleviation around the full moon Libra. So just saying, okay? So Capricorns, to be fair, you may not feel relief until maybe mid-April with this. 8 of Pentacles. I don't think that's the answer. Eight of Pentacles is putting yourself to work, which is typically the Capricorn way of dealing with grief. It just, from my observation, it just is. A lot of moon energy is here too. I don't think that's, I'll be honest, I don't think Eight of Pentacles is the answer. I think that's what you want to do. I don't think that's the answer. On the Five of Cups, we now have Justice. Can I get clarification on Justice? On what Justice is here, what Justice looks like for Capricorn? Okay. Justice and Six of Wands, amplifying that Justice energy. But what does that look like for Cappies? Tell me about this turnaround for Cappies. And just to be clear, the energy that I'm feeling with Justice and the Six of Wands feels like deep into April. Temperance, healing. I'm also seeing the Ten of Swords peeking out with the King of Pentacles on the bottom. Sometimes this could have been with the King of Pentacles. I want to be very clear. The Eight of Pentacles being here, I think, is your inclination. I do not think that's the answer to work away your pain. If it works, it works. But I feel like there's some benefit to like processing whatever this pain is, because there's something about it that feels unexpected. Some of you, it also feels like it may even open up your heart a little bit. All right. But Justice with the Six of Wands and Temperance is coming. It is coming. It's on the board. It's in your field. It is absolutely coming. I don't think you even have to work for this. I think it's just going to naturally occur. Okay. This is balance. This is resolution. This is healing. This is peace. This is recognition. Even a little bit of feeling victorious or overcoming it in a way you didn't expect, maybe even in a way other people witness. Maybe even getting attention by other people is also part of your justice here. But it's coming, and it's coming naturally. But I do think allowing yourself to be in the water, moving through the water, is your best bet. And the Two of Swords with Eight of Pentacles, whatever your coping mechanism is, especially if it's like just work away or be productive or task oriented, I'm not going to say don't do it, but I am going to say I don't think that's what's going to give this to you. I think this will happen naturally. All right. Moving on to air. What's up, buddy? You could feel him just staring at me. What you need? You just want some play? You just want some attention? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Gemini. What's going on for Geminis? I expect Gemini to have a very interesting week with Jupiter in Gemini being sextile with Sun in Aries. Just saying. Gemini. Any messages or insights for Gemini this week? For Gemini's highest good. Something in your life feels like it's elevating. Maybe you feel like you're getting lighter. Oh, actually, yeah. It feels like something's getting easier. Yeah. Ooh, Gemini, I like that for you. Feels like something's getting easier in your life. We like some ease, don't we? Who doesn't like a little ease? Yeah, something's getting easier. Any messages or insights for Gemini for this week? Go. Oh. Okay. We have the Devil. A lot of people gotten the Devil this week. Devil, Ace of Cups, and the Four of Wands. So I don't have another word for this other than obsession, okay? But it's not, I don't feel like it's terrible here. I feel like you've had a very strong attachment to what you want. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Sort of. You've had a very strong attachment to this Four of Wands, and it's giving me a dream, to be honest. Like you've had a very strong attachment to a certain dream of yours or a certain wish or hope. We don't have hope cards out here. It's just what I'm feeling. It's giving me very Nine of Cups and Star energy. You've wanted the Four of Wands. Four of Wands, maybe you've just really wanted stability. Maybe you've really wanted to own a home. Maybe you've been really wanting more abundance in your life. It's like whatever you have been wanting so badly, that Devil energy tells me that you've been gripping onto it too tightly. And to the point where maybe trying to attain this Four of Wands has just been a major challenge, and it's been drudgery is what I'm hearing, and it's about to get easier. And I want to say because you're actually letting go of it, or you're letting go of your grip or attachment to it, is what I'm getting. Ace of Cups and the Four of Wands, that could be a relationship or it could even be commitment. But I'm getting it's about stability, and it's about a sense or experience of abundance, whatever that abundance is: abundance of friends, abundance of love, abundance of health, abundance of money, etc. Resources. It could be anything, but it's stability and abundance is what you've been wanting, and you've been holding on to it. You've been hyper focused on it. Again, to the point where you've been holding on to it too tightly, and you haven't been able to allow it to unfold naturally, and to embrace it with more ease. And that's what you are doing this week. That's what's happening this week. And you are loosening that devil energy somehow. It's a very interesting group of cards to have together. When the devil and the Ace of Cups comes out, it's like somebody's heart wants something very badly. Okay. Any other messages or insights for Gemini this week? Wouldn't be surprised if the Lovers comes out. Ten of Cups. I think some of you guys have wanted some sort of commitment here. The Ten of Cups coming out here, Ace of Cups and the 10 is the Nine of Cups, and that's the energy that I was feeling. Nine of Cups, the Star card. 10 of Cups can also just be an experience of happiness, an experience of my life is good. You've been wanting the good life, whatever way that means for you. But Four of Wands and 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups can be very explicit of wanting a committed romantic relationship. That is not everybody, but it's definitely there. But you've been wanting the good life, borderline obsessed with it. Okay. Interesting. Oddly enough, it was just really weird. They wanted me to pair these two together for a second. Oddly enough, some of you, your own family may have been exacerbating the devil energy here. Your desire and attachment to this, like influence of family relationships or family values. I'm almost getting like a shady, shadowy 10 of Cups in reverse energy impeding you or exacerbating the devil. So that's for some of you. That screams family patterns to me. Or even your current living situation, something about it maybe is very unhealthy, and that's been getting in the way of it. Of what you really, interesting. Of what you really not what you think it looks like. Sorry, that was trying to come out so fast. Of what you really want, not what you think it looks like. I'll say that one more time. Of what you really want, not what you think it looks like. Interesting. Oh, there's that Nine of Cups. Oh. It's pretty much exactly what I was saying. King of Cups, Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. You got a lot of freaking water in your reading, Gemini. There's the Nine of Cups, what you want, right? That Eight of Swords around it. Eight of Swords can be fear and anxiety, but Eight of Swords is also self-limiting beliefs. So, yes, you can have what you want. It's just not Eight of Swords, what you think it looks like. Which also tells me the other reason you haven't been able to experience it with ease is because you haven't been able to see it. Your mind hasn't been open to how it fits in your life because you want it to look a certain way, or you expect it to look a certain way or present in a certain way. What you want is easy to have, it's easy to experience, it's easy to receive. The only reason you haven't is because you haven't been open to how it looks. King of Cups, your heart's in it. You got so many freaking cups here. I mean, look at this. Cups, 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 cups everywhere. Just everywhere for you, Geminis. So you want to get out of that devil energy. You got to get out of expectations. You got to drop certain expectations. And it will get a lot easier. It's going to flow in really easily. Or you're going to realize it's just been there. But again, with the 10 of Cups, the King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Wands, some of you, this is about a committed relationship. but you have to be open. You got to open your mind and drop certain expectations. Also, I'm getting assumptions too, and certain assumptions. Very interesting reading. It's probably one of the most interesting readings I've done. All right, Libra. Libras. Hey, Libra. What's going on for Libra? Libra. Any messages or insights for Libra at this time for this week for Libra? I feel like you're definitely going to be enjoying this week with the best of them. I don't know why it wanted to be said that way, but it did. Just really feeling your Venus side coming out. Again, there is enjoyment to be had this week. That was very fast. Ooh. Knight of Swords, Gemini energy. So talking. Definitely some talking and expressing going on for you this week. And maybe not the most gentle, but very honest. This could be you. This could be someone else. Interesting. So this may be a theme with air signs because Gemini had something about expectations, and that's what I'm seeing here on your board. Knight of Swords and the Three of Wands. Someone speaking on their expectations, maybe even their plans. I was going to say expectations again. Their expectations of the future. Yeah, expectations and ideas and plans of the future. Wow. Knight of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sorry, I'm just getting excited. Libra, there's magic in the week for you. I can feel it. Like I know what the cards are telling me, but like I can feel it in my solar. Like there's magic this week for you. So we have communicating about expectations and plans of the future. Doesn't have to be about romance. Could just be about like personal plans, like of your legacy or just things you want to do, traveling. And the Knight of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, this feels like a very eager meeting you there. Very eager, very excited of, yeah, let's do it. Or yeah, let me help you. Or yeah, what role can I play? Some of you may be doing some sort of manifestation ritual where it's like you're using the elements and you're speaking it to the elements. That's interesting. Of what you want, your expectations, your plans. It's almost like the universe answers. Six of Pentacles involves people. It's not just a solo energy. And 2 nights, the fastest nights. This is quick. It's giving me this feeling of like you asked and it's being answered with excitement and eagerness. Okay, who are you, Libra? Any other messages or let's see. Whoa. Justice is being ushered in is what I'm hearing with death. So death is just change and transformation, but the energy in your reading is really fast. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit because I can feel how intense and fast paced it is. You asked, it's answered, change happens, balance is here, resolution is here, done. It's like from thinking of an idea and sharing it with someone to papers are signed days later. Like that's the vibe that it's giving me. Hold on a second. Mm. Oh, also noticing the cuspy energy here for where that applies. Oh, hold on, Libra. Sorry. Ooh. Can I get a card for justice? Temperance. So resolution, balance, healing, also patience, also my card of divine intervention. I get one more. You got like half majors here. Excuse me. You've asked and it's been answered. Ooh. The moon and the king of swords. Okay, Libra, I just got a couple interesting things here. So first of all, any confusion that you've had of how to bring your expectations or your wants to life, they're going away. Okay. All this energy is tripping this. However, I'm also getting, for some of you, this is a person that you've been dealing with or someone in your field. With the king of swords and the moon, I don't like it, to be honest with you. It's giving me a little bit of shady character. Can I get one card on the moon and the king of swords? Yeah. That's what I thought. Libra, whoever this is, I don't know if you have thought about boundaries here or leaving them behind, or they are already on the outskirts, but this is someone who's got their own demons that they're fighting, they're battling, and I want to say it creeps out a little bit. It's giving me Seven of Swords, like really intensely. And I want to say this is someone who's been in your life or in your field that's actually been causing you doubt or instilling you with doubt. It's giving a little jealous, a little narky, a little manipulative kind of an energy. Some of you guys, this could be your own like negative self-talk that you've had about yourself, and that's definitely being done away with, allowing you to manifest quicker, allowing you to bring certain things into your reality a lot faster too. But whether it's your own negative self-talk, someone around you, or your own murkiness, it's going away. It's not a problem anymore. It's not going to be a problem anymore. Very nice. Probably going to get very clear about that on the full moon Libra as well, especially given that you're a Libra. All right, Aquarius. Ooh, we're under 3 hours on a live. I'm so proud of myself. Can't believe we actually made that happen. Okay. Aquarius. Last but not least. Yes, best to last. Yes. Oh, Curly Crew. Is your channel about like hair care and stuff? I'm just curious. I'm always looking for tips in that realm. LOL, we enjoy you. I enjoy you guys too. I know I need to be more disciplined in just how much energy I'm, using here. Aquarius. Any messages or insights for Aquarius for this week? For Aqua's highest good. What's going on for Aquarius this week? Ooh. 3 of Cups. That feels good. Death. Okay. Is it completely done? Feels more transformative. Okay. So Aqua, it's feeling like connections and friendship to me. I was going to say maybe even potentially an outlet of pleasure that you enjoy is transforming, it's changing, it's alchemizing. I'm getting more like group friends. I'm getting more of that realm. It's changing. You may sense this already. It's going to reveal something to you. I want to say about yourself, about recent events. Okay. Recent events. Maybe the way you connect with these people is needing to change because you're changing. It's like I just keep getting there's something about the way that you are connecting to a certain person or people and like what you guys do together for fun and for pleasure is like can't stay. It can't stay that way for some reason. Ooh. We have Queen of Cups and we have 8 of Cups on the bottom. Yeah. Something about a friend group, or like what you guys do together for fun cannot stay. It cannot continue. It's putting you in your feelings though. Some of you, this is about like hitting certain age milestones. Like some of you guys maybe are moving into your golden years. Some of you guys are moving into your adult years. So some of you guys, it's about that. Like the activities you do need to change because like literally you're moving into a whole new cycle of life. You could be going through a Saturn return. Not necessarily, but it's giving me those vibes for some of you. But it's definitely showing you some things about yourself. Yes, that you need to let go of with the 8 of Cups being here, but Again, this theme of the week, and things that also you haven't been open to. Because certain things you haven't been open to almost symbolize that stage of life that you're entering, or that stage of life that you're in. Yeah, I feel like this is about growing up. Growing up or just maturing, because again, I'm also getting, like, moving into golden years as well. Like, maybe some of you guys are like, "Oh, dang, maybe I actually need to, like, think about retirement," or, like, you know what I mean? Things like that. Um, or maybe, have a little bit of a healthier lifestyle because 'cause I'm getting older. It's like that's just what I'm getting. The people that you connect with and the activities that you enjoy these people in are changing because you are getting older, no matter what age you are. And whatever stage of life you're entering requires different things of you, requires different things to focus on, requires different things that need attention, different investments, right? Not just financially, but even like emotionally, or just an awareness of priorities. But you're in your feels about it. You're in your feels about it. Maybe you're also just like not really wanting to let go. And I get it. You're also a fixed sign, you know? It's hard for fixed signs to let go. Speaking as a fixed sign, I get it. Anything else for Aquarius? I feel like you're also learning a lot of how you relate to people in general. Mm. Excuse me. This is so interesting. Yeah, and just seeing it in like a new light. Like how to like trying to find the right words here. Seeing things about yourself and the way you relate to people that you like and things that you don't like. But even the things that you don't like, I don't know, there's something about that that feels like you're judging yourself a little bit. Oh, it's the way you judge emotions. Oh, this is interesting. Because you're emotional right here. You're in the Queen of Cups. You're in the Queen of Cups. And like what you're seeing about how you relate to people, what you feel for people, and how you feel about, oh, we can't really do these things anymore. Oh, wait, I can't really connect to these people anymore because of what you're feeling, and you're judging those emotions. But I think it's highlighting to you how you judge emotions in general. Well, that's interesting. Not everybody. I know I said that very forcefully. Not everybody. Now we have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is holding on, not wanting to let go. We knew that. Right. I get it. You had some fun times. You don't want to let go of the fun times. Totally understandable. Also can indicate though, being kind of closed off in the heart space and maybe realizing that it's time to open up a little bit. You may realize people that you connect with are very closed in the heart. Yeah, Justice and the Three of Wands. It's time to move on. It's time to look to the future. It's time to look to other connections, friendships, other activities. Any other messages or insights for Aquarius? Yeah, some of you just may realize the things that you're doing with certain people are just not really meaningful and you want more meaning in them. And then we have the Empress, which is definitely a level up from the Queen of Cups, right? That's maturity, that's evolution, that's wisdom, right? That's having lived all the queens. It's also looking forward to relating to people and doing certain activities that foster more resources for yourself, more I almost said independence, interesting, more abundance for yourself, and where things just feel a lot more easier, a lot more pleasurable. There's more. There's more. I'm hearing there's more. There's more. Where there's just more. Where there's just more. Yeah, Aqua, I'm getting just like you're having a lot of light bulb moments about yourself and how you connect with people in friendship and how you have fun with people and how that is begging for evolution. It's begging for more meaning. I also want to say more abundance, which is interesting. But where these activities and these friendships offer more sustenance. Yeah, more sustenance, more substance, more. I want to say some of these people or activities kind of enable being closed off in the heart space. I was hearing greedy. Maybe deal with very greedy people. Can I get one more for Aquarius? I get it. You don't like it. Nine of Swords. I get it. You don't like it. I don't think anyone would like a realization like that either. Like, I don't think anybody would feel good about realizing that. But realizing it's half the battle. Yeah, underneath the 8 of Cups, look, 5 of Wands and the Hermit. Oh, geez, with Judgment. So you don't like this feeling, but it's in your highest good, and it's also just natural. It's just that also just what happens with time. We grow, we mature, we evolve, we other things become important to us. And it looks like what's more important to you are people and activities where there's sustenance, substance, the real. And you're looking at Judgment like, I know. You're looking at Judgment like, I know. 5 of Wands, I don't like it, but I know. Ooh, okay. Sorry, Aqua, we're done. That's it. Well, those are all the reads for the week. I hope you guys have enjoyed them, and I hope you guys enjoy 4/4. Again, don't forget that is a portal day, quarter moon in Cancer as well on that day, and Saturn exact sextile with Uranus on that day. Don't forget to check out Patreon and the website and all that stuff, and I will see y'all later. Okay? Have a good week, guys. Take care.